For years, I have been pretty dismissive of M&ds, Scotland's theme park, but so many of you have asked me to come here and show you what it is like. So let's go inside and see, is this Scotland's Disneyland or just a fairground with a postcode? Right, they've got an arcades on the entrance as you come in, as well as a sort of few food and drink places. So they've got a number of packages that we'll cover later on in this video. I basically got a wristband for Amazonia, I think it is, and oh no wait, this is for the rides, and then I've got a fun card for something else. I'll figure it out as I go along, but let's show you what this place looks like, and we'll talk about things that used to be here, because this place isn't what it once was. So let's go inside and see what's what. Right, so this place used to have a number of reasonably decent attractions, quite sort of thrill rides, right? There used to be a spinning Crazy Mouse here, which was removed in 2021. I remember it, I thought it was more recent than that, but that used to be here. They also had Tornado, which was an inverting coaster that I never went on, but apparently was as rough as toast. It left the park and has been refurbished and is currently in France. And then he also had a suspended coaster known as Tsunami, which was removed after an incident in 2016 where the train that left the track crashed to the ground and 9 people were injured. So yeah, there's no longer any big coasters. I mean, they've got the Wacky Worm, and there's a runaway mine train thing over there that's, if I remember correctly, it's also pretty rough. But they'll be doing them because cred's a cred. But yeah, their thrill rides have basically been completely removed. There is none of that left. There's a few other rides here that have a little bit of history to them, which I will cover as I go around. But yeah, we just walked in, and Carly's been here a few years ago, and her reaction was, is this it? Yes, this is it. This is it. There's not a huge amount to it. I will show you as much of it as possible, because there's more than just the rides. In fact, since I'm standing right next to it, they also have the sort of climbing frame, treetop trail type thing. That is a separate thing. Again, I'll cover the prices shortly, because there's loads of packages, and I haven't gone with that because, well, I don't fancy doing it. But let's get on some flat rides, do the shameless cred, and show you everything else that this park has to offer. Right, I just started there on Riptide. I didn't time it very well because I got there and they were having issues. The mechanics had to come and look at it, things were tripping and all sorts of stuff. One positive, it runs a manual cycle, so when it's quieter, they can just keep it going. Or if it's busy, I guess that means it can be a really short cycle, but I am now standing next to this thing, which I have no clue what it's called, so well, I mean, that's next. Well, I just had a shot there on Music Express. It's alright. It did what it needed to do for a flat ride. It did feel a little bit janky. And there was a lot of screaming kids on that. Right, I'm standing next to the Wacky Worm. So, cred's cred. See you in a minute. That's one of the 2 creds done. The other one I think I've done before. I've definitely done a mine train. Coaster count says there's been 2. I think I've done this one. So now next to the wave swinger. And you all know I love a wave swinger. So see you in a minute when I get off that bad boy. Right, that wave swinger was actually really, really good. I had a decent amount of force in it and a decent amount of speed. And it's right next to this Bavarian grill, where they got loads of different bratwurst and sausages and all sorts of things on, and it smells amazing. So going around on that was teasing me for lunch. I don't think I'm getting stuff in there, if we're even getting food here at all, but smells good, ride was good. Let's keep going. Right, they've also got some churros here, and I noticed this is called Tornado Potatoes, which is, well, Tornado used to be the name of that inverting coaster I mentioned earlier. The one that was rough as hell and is now somewhere in France. So I don't know if that's an intentional nod back to that or not, but there is a ride here, well there's two rides here from other parks. There's one that we'll get to because I can see it from Blackpool, and I think there's one that was at Towers, but I haven't found it yet. But I will show you that. I'm standing next to the next credit, the, I don't know if they call it a runaway mine train. Runaway train. The runaway train, this bad boy here. So, I've done it before, but I'm going to do it again. Right, I've just been on the second credit there, the runaway mine train. Now, I had memories of that going the other direction, but I just looked on RCDB at the two mine trains they've had. They look identical, they both go exactly the same way, so I think I might be dreaming. I think it's quite cute though that the barrier to get on the ride is like a rail crossing and it lifts up to let people on. It's quite a nice little touch. Whilst I was up there though, I couldn't find this ride that was at Towers, but I'm seeing stuff now that I didn't see before. Maybe it is still here. There's still some more stuff here. There's loads of kiddie bits here. I'm not going to go on any of that, obviously, like little trains and planes and bumper things and stuff. They got one of those kind of, well, I usually call them crazy frog. I don't know what they're actually called. Dancing galleons is what theirs is called. So, I mean, I'm going on everything that I go past. I may as well get on this as well, eh? And that's the dancing galleons done. They were alright. Here's the thing, right? This park is obviously running everything in manual mode, which is great to an extent, because, you know, they can just do what they want with it. Some rides, you want to be on them for longer. Other rides, a short cycle is all you need. So, anyway, it's done now. They do have a set of dodgems here. I don't plan on going on the dodgems because I usually do dodgems when I'm in a group, and I know a lot of the other people that are in the other cars. So if it's just me, or even just me and Carly, not that interested. There's a bouncy set of castles here. Not doing them either. Right, there is some more stuff over this way, and then obviously there's things that aren't theme park related that are included. So I'll go tell you about them, and then I'll talk about prices because I've still not covered that. Let's keep going. Right, I'm off to do those water slides. But look what's beside me. My favourite ride at a roller disco. I didn't do the one in Breen because it wasn't running, but this one is running, so because I like to review parks later on, I need to kind of give it a shot. So over there you'll see a pirate boat, which I will get on after all of this. That used to be at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. And then Southport Pleasureland. That's got a bit of history. I don't think I ever went on it in Blackpool, but I've been on it here before. So, right, there's three of these slides. I don't know if all three, oh yeah, I can see a boat going in. Yeah, I think all three are running. So, that means I've got to climb these steps 3 times. That's the first one done. I didn't realise the boats were wet, even though you don't get wet. So I got a soggy bum. And I'm exhausted, and I've got to do it 2 more times because there's 2 more slides. So I'll do that, and I'll speak to you when I get off. Whew. Have just done that other slide. 2 of them you don't get wet, and I did wonder why the boats were wet. Yeah, the third one you get soaked, mildly moist. Right, let's do the disco that I hate, and then get the pirate boat. And I'm still determined to try and find this Alton Towers ride, but I haven't found it yet. So let's go first. I've just done my least favourite ride. Actually, it wasn't too bad because they were running it on full force. It's not one of those daft ones with a hump in the middle. So it was alright. I mean, I still didn't enjoy them. And now I'm going to go and do the pirate boat that, as I said earlier, used to be at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. And Carly's actually coming on a ride. Holy moly. That's the captain's curse done. As I say, that used to be at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I don't think I ever went on it. It's not the most forceful. It's certainly not the largest. I was actually quite impressed with Carly because she was just sitting there, just flat-faced, not the usual. It was alright. I mean, there was plenty of other people screaming on it, but everybody's different. I hate to say it, but I think I've done all the rides. I am still trying to find this one. I'm going to go on their website and see if it's still here.
Well, after an hour and 40 minutes, you think you're done?
We've been here for an hour and 40. Good, thanks for telling me, Carly. We're still going to do the Amazonia, and we've got a round of Crazy Golf and a few other things to show you. And it's getting loud, so I'm going to turn this off and see you wherever I see you. Right, there's another food option for you. Some gyros, which usually I'm a fan of gyros. I don't think I'm going to be eating here because I'm not hungry yet, and I think by the time I am, I'll have left. I've just double checked on the website. The ride I was talking about was Spin Jam at Alton Towers for the Retro Squad. It came from here. I'd heard it came back to here. It's not here just now. Now this is, as far as I'm aware, this is basically, these guys own these rides and sometimes they're travelling and sometimes they're here. At least that's how it used to operate. The park went into administration in 2020 and looked like it was closed forever. However, only 4 or 5 months later, it was bought by somebody else and reopened. So I don't know if it still operates that whole moving things around approach, or if this is just all permanent and nothing moves. Because there used to be a small log flume here. That's not there anymore. It's definitely changed since I was here. Yeah. Right. Off to Amazonia. Right, I've come inside. They do have a diner in here and a carousel. Yeah, there's a carousel and there's a diner, a pakora bar. I'll spin you around. And then there's a pizzeria there, Mario and Dino's, and then Monterey Jack's Burger Cocktail Pizza Bar, which I'm guessing is more like a pub type thing. Again, I'm not trying any of it, but just making you aware of what the options are. Right, literally next door to the entrance to the park, they do have a hotel. I'm kind of curious about it. I'm not sure how many people come here from multiple days to M&ds, and it's not exactly in the middle of nowhere. So there's plenty of places nearby you could get a hotel, but nonetheless, there is hotel accommodation here. I've never used it. I don't even know how much it costs, but I don't know. Does that mean they're going to call themselves a resort? Right, I never talked about prices. The park's got a few things. So first of all, I've got a wristband on, so they do have an unlimited wristband for the day. They also have fun cards, so you can just buy tokens if that is what you want to do. But they've got a number of offers here right now, so I'm looking on their website. The all-day wristband at the moment is £14.50. They've got a toddler's one and an adult and toddler one for $25.70. They've got buy one get one free on the climbing package, which is the thing behind me, which you might be able to see, which also includes all-day wristband and climbing. They've got buy one get one free on the tropical package, which is the wristband and entry to the Amazonia. They've got buy one get one free on the golf, which is again a wristband and access to the golf. And they've got the Explorer package, which we've done, which is buy one, get one free on the Amazonia and the Golf. There is the Adventure pack, which is the top one, because it has the Walk the Plank, it has the Golf, and it has Amazonia. You can do Amazonia separately for £7.30 each. You can do the Golf separately for £4 each, and you can do Walk the Plank for £6 each. And then they've got packages of fun points if that's what you want to buy. So lots of different options for you. As I say, right now it's buy one get one free, which was perfect for us because we've both got the wristbands. Carly's been on one ride, I've been on plenty, and we're about to go and do Amazonia and some golf. Right, I've come into the Amazonia and I feel like, oh, it's warm in here. Right, I mean it is exactly what you would expect in terms of kind of an indoor heated bit. There's a little monkey! Hold on, let me show you the little monkey. Not my kids, they're monkeys too. You probably can't see them because, you know, reflection in the glass. But there's a cute little monkey up there. And some big giant fish. I'm going to wander around, and if there's anything exciting, I'll let you see. There's a whistle-stop tour around the Amazonia here. It's, do you know, I don't want to be too critical of that, because for starters it's very expensive to look after animals, so you know, for them to be running that in a place that probably doesn't have a huge amount of money in footfall is impressive. The heating in there alone must cost an absolute fortune, and there is a reasonably good selection, so yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely, for the price, it was pretty cheap. I think that's actually not a bad little addition. I did say I wasn't going to eat here. I'm starting to get hungry, so I'm probably going to eat here, and then we've still got the golf to do, so let's figure out where we're going to get some food. Right, so I've stopped for some loaded fries. Underneath the chicken tenders there are actually some fries with some sauce, and then Carly's gone for the halloumi loaded fries. And there's a lot of seagulls around, so I'm being a bit cagey, so I'm going to go and eat this, and then we've got some golf to do. Right, that filled a hole, and now I'm going to go and try and get a golf ball in a hole, because we're going to go do the crazy golf. I forgot to mention, for the 2 loaded fries and the 2 drinks was 22 quid, I think it was. And they were quite filling, or at least mine was. Can't speak to Carly's, but let's go and do some mini golf.
Ooh, so close.
Aww. Aww.
What happened?
I copied you, you showed me what to do.
I showed you what not to do.
I'm doing terrible, and I think Carly's winning, but look, she's getting all ready to be professional and rolling up her sleeves. So now that I've got the camera out, let's see if she makes a cock up of this one, shall we? No pressure, hen. Damn it! Right, well there we go, we've just finished the golf, which Carly says she really enjoyed. I just added the scores up. She won, but at the end I got it in the prize hole, so I got a free shot. So I'm calling it a draw.
No, you can't call it a draw. Show the scorecard. You got 57, I got 51.
Correct.
That's not a draw.
But I got the prize at the end, you didn't.
Oh, no, you did not win.
Let's agree to disagree. So the guy says you get a token that you can either use back in there again, or on the Amazonia, or on the 10-pin bowling, or on the snooker.
Only at off-peak times, or...
But the snooker and the 10-pin bowling are not on at the weekends. Or I can't use it at the weekends. Which this is. But he said it never expires, so I've kept it in my pocket. If I'm ever here again, I get a free shot. So anyway, let's see what's next. Right, there's one other thing to note, and this was the same when I was in Breen as well, that most of the attractions, if not all of them, have got periods where they say this ride will be shut for lunch. So plenty of other rides are running right now, but this one is obviously on its little break. So I just bear that in mind, that, you know, if something's shut, it's probably just temporary and it will come back. Right, that brings my visit to an end, so let's wrap this one up. What can I say about this place? Here's the thing, right? I've been really fortunate to be able to travel up and down the country, visiting all the theme parks, travelling around Europe, and indeed America. Not everybody has that luxury, right? And so local parks like this are really, really important for a lot of families. We've seen a lot of them close lately. We obviously lost Oakwood, we lost Flambards, and there's always that risk that another one is going to go. The problem with this is that they've stripped out all the stuff for the older kids, all those bigger, thrilling rides. And I think if this place has the budget to do so, that needs to be their next step. They need to bring in some bigger coasters. Because yes, it's not the most thrilling park. Yes, it's not going to bring people here internationally or even from down south. But for those who are here, it's kind of important and it needs to stay. And to be honest, it's not been as bad as I expected it to be or as I remembered it being. Yes, it's not for me. You know, as I say, I've been spoiled by these amazing parks around the world. But it has a place. Anyway, I'd love to know your thoughts on this one, so let me know in the comments down below if you've been, what you think of the place. And yeah, I've been Chris, you've been watching Coaster Dad. See ya in the next one. Adios.